After some time, everyone starts riding bicycles. Annie tries to ride but falls and exclaims, "Oh no! I failed again." Meena reassures her, "Annie, don't worry. You'll learn quickly." Annie, shocked, asks, "How did you all learn so fast?" Lo says, "Annie, it looks like you having a lot of trouble with the bicycle." Annie replies, "Not at all. I can do it now." Lo holds the bicycle and says, "Hey, Annie, to ride it, you just need balance. If someone helps you, you'll learn faster." Annie blushes and says, "No, I'll do it myself." After a while, Annie starts riding and excitedly exclaims, "Wow, I can actually ride." Lo says, "Annie, that's enough. Sit down now." Annie refuses, "No way. I am really enjoying this." Seeing this, the other three feel extremely jealous. Meena says, "How do you even ride this cycle?" Nikolai complains, "This is really difficult." Frey adds, "I need help too." After some time, they all take a break. Annie comments, "Master has brought some really good stuff again." She then asks, "Master, are we going to produce these bicycles?" Lo replies, "Not yet. This steel is way too heavy, and making a bicycle with it would be very difficult. We need to wait for Yuffie to create a lightweight alloy. Also, we need to wait for Leah. If we can get rubber, we can make tires." Annie nods, "All right." Meanwhile, on the other side, Leah and her team are heading toward the mountains. Leah warns, "Everyone, be careful. Don't go alone." Just then, a huge explosion occurs. Shocked, they exclaim, "What was that loud noise?" A girl shouts, "Look behind you." "What's that?" When they turn around, they see a city floating in the sky. Leah, shocked, says, "A city? In the sky?" At the castle, Nikolai asks, "Master, can we use this to stop the ice from melting? It's really hot today." Yuffie reassures her, "Don't worry, Nikolai. I don't think Lord Lo's design has any flaws." Lo says, "You'll find out in a little while." After some time, Meena says, "Master, it's been 3 hours. It's time to check." Meena exclaims, "It really hasn't melted." Annie adds, "Now we won't have to eat food on the spot." Lo says, "Yuffie, thank you." Yuffie smiles and replies, "You designed it. I just built it." Then she remembers something and says, "Oh, I need to go now. Lord Lo, I'll see you later." Lo calls out, "Hey, wait. At least listen to me." Meena chuckles, "Looks like her work isn't finished yet. She probably thought you'd ask about it." Nikolai asks, "Master, can I open a new shop in Young City? It's really hot these days. If we do this, the public will be very happy." Lo replies, "Don't worry. That's why I asked Yuffie to make this. I'll teach people how to make ice cream." Nikolai excitedly says, "Master, thank you." Meanwhile, in Young City, a man says, "Hey, X, it's already noon. What should we eat today?" X replies, "It's too hot. I don't feel like eating anything." The man sighs, "Yeah, you're right, but we have to eat something." X notices something and asks, "Why is there such a big crowd here? What's that in their hands?" A boy excitedly says, "Hey, haven't you heard? This is ice cream. Lord Lo made it for us. You can get one for just 2 steel coins. It tastes amazing." Both men are shocked. "Ice cream? In this hot weather? And for just 2 steel coins? That's so cheap." They rush to buy some. Annie exclaims, "I never thought I'd be able to eat this outside the castle." Elsa, taking a bite, says, "This is my first time eating it. Lord Lo is truly talented." Annie excitedly tells her, "Sister, I want to take you to many places. Come with me." Meanwhile, a group of people watch the scene and whisper, "Even though it costs only 2 steel coins, they're making a lot of money with so many customers." Another man says, "If we had a way to do this, we'd make a fortune too." His friend sighs, "Forget it. We don't have Lo's skills." Just then, a man approaches them and says, "If we work together, we can easily make money. I have a plan. If you interested, come with me." 3 days later, Nikolai reports, "Master, there's a big problem in the market. The price of sugar has increased 5 times. It's now more expensive than meat. Many people are struggling because of this." Annie says, "Ever since we started selling ice cream and using a lot of bee sugar, the price of bee sugar has increased." Lou responds, "There is no problem with the supply of bee sugar." Annie says, "But Master, how did its price rise so much? Can we tell people to stop using it?" Lu replies, we have plenty of food in our castle, so we don't necessarily need sugar. But if we stop using it, it will create a huge problem. Bee sugar is being used to provide high calories for soldiers. If the price keeps increasing like this, our plan will slow down significantly, and we will suffer a huge loss in the ice cream business. He then thinks to himself, we aren't using that much bee sugar to make ice cream, so why did the price suddenly increase? Just then, a guard arrives and says, Master, someone wishes to meet you. Lu responds, all right, I am coming. When he arrives, Robin greets him, Lord Lu, you finally came. Lu asks, now tell me, how can you help me? Robin says, I am here for bee sugar. I can offer you the same price it was 3 days ago. Lu asks, what do you want in return? Robin smirks, you truly are a great man. I want to know how you make ice in such hot weather. That's what I am really interested in. I know bee sugar is scarce, so along with it, I will also give you 1,000 gold coins. Lu replies, and what if I refuse? Robin grins, then I don't think the price of bee sugar will decrease. In fact, it might even go up. Lu narrows his eyes, so, you're threatening me? Robin chuckles, Lord, I'm just here for business. Lu coldly responds, no, I don't need it. Robin sighs, that's unfortunate. But my offer will always remain open. You can come to me anytime. Now, I shall take my leave. Annie, furious, says, Master, let's just kill him right here. Lu stops her, calm down. I have an idea that will make him lower the price on his own. They head to the castle's backyard. Annie, confused, asks, Master, what kind of plant is this? It looks really strange. Lu explains, this is sugarcane. I planted it in the spring. He then thinks to himself, in just 2 to 3 months, it has grown so much. Lu cuts a stalk and says, this is edible. Try it, but don't swallow it immediately. Shocked, they ask, this is food? Meena takes a bite and exclaims, it's incredibly sweet. Annie asks, Master, how are we going to use it? Lu responds, I will use it to make sugar. Annie asks, cane sugar? How different is it from bee sugar? Lu smirks, remember the ice cream you ate outside the castle? It tasted different, didn't it? Annie nods, yes, definitely. Lu explains, that's because we used cane sugar. Annie asks, can we really produce sugar properly? Lu confidently replies, just wait and see. Hey, Meena, Frey, let's go. But when he looks at them, they are busy munching on sugarcane. Lu scolds them, hey, Meena, that's enough. We need to go to the workshop. Meena asks, workshop? Frey asks, can I take some with me? Lu sighs, fine, take it later. Right now, we have sugar to make. After some time, they reach the sugar workshop. Lu explains, making sugar is very simple. The first step is extracting all the juice from the sugarcane. Then, we check for any impurities. After that, we boil it, and once done, we can turn it into sugar cubes. Annie frowns, but this isn't white sugar. Lu replies, for now, we can't make high-quality sugar, but brown sugar is good enough. Annie smirks, when we start selling this sugar, the merchants' reactions will be priceless. Now 2 days later in the big market in Yang City, the townspeople murmur among themselves, the price of bee sugar has skyrocketed. We can't even afford it anymore. Suddenly, a man shouts, a cake costs 5 steel coins now. It was just 1 steel coin a few days ago. Another man replies, the price of bee sugar has increased. Don't you know that? A third man scoffs, what nonsense. This cake is made from bee sugar. The shopkeeper shakes his head, not at all. I had to raise the price because my son needs sugar. Meanwhile, a merchant comments, Lu Feng was very famous, but even he couldn't stop the price hike of bee sugar. Hey, Robin, you are really talented. You even dared to challenge him directly. Robin smirks, you are giving me too much credit. We just need to keep raising the price of bee sugar. Soon, Lu will be on his knees, begging us and handing over the secret recipe for making ice. Just then, another man shouts, sugar is on sale. And its price is extremely low. The crowd turns toward a shop where a vendor declares, this store is operated by none other than our beloved Lord Lu. A huge crowd gathers. One man asks, is this really sugar? Another comments, looks like another one of Lord Lu's inventions. Give me some quickly. After tasting it, the man exclaims, it's incredibly sweet. This is real sugar. The crowd erupts in excitement, shouting, we want some too. The vendor calms them, everyone, please stay calm. Each person will get 3 units, and don't worry, there's enough for everyone. Robin says, Lo is really very talented. He even managed to create sugar. The people around say, now what should we do? Robin replies, quickly lower the price of bee sugar. One of them says, if we do that, all our hard work will be wasted. Robin responds, are you crazy? If you keep increasing the price of bee sugar like this, it won't benefit anyone. Out of frustration, they lower the price of bee sugar. Then, we see Yuffie's house. Lee enters and says, Yuffie, I am home. Do you know? Lord Lo has done an incredible job in the market. First, he created ice, and now he has even made sugar. He is truly talented. Honestly, I haven't eaten anything but sugar lately. Yuffie says, Dad, calm down. Lee, confused, asks, what's wrong with you today? Why aren't you talking? You, reacting really strange. Don't you want to know about Lord Lo? You even sleep while holding the book he gave you. But today, you, reacting so different. Blushing, Yuffie says, Father, stop talking nonsense. Lee chuckles and says, my daughter has really grown up now. Alright, I am going to sleep. Yuffie gets back to work and sighs, this is really difficult. I have no idea how to make that alloy. The one I created is too light and fragile. But if I try to make it stronger, it becomes too heavy. We tried every possible way, but it's just not working. She thinks for a moment, maybe I should talk to Lo about this. He might help me, but wait. He already told me, I know you can do it. Shaking her head, she says, no, I can't take his help. I need a different ore, something special. Oh, I just remembered, I do have something. She sneaks into her father's room, grabs a box from beside him, and leaves. While leaving, she whispers, I am sorry, Father, but I have to do this. She examines the ore and mutters, we never seen this before, but if I use it, maybe. Father always said it's very heavy, but after a while, it feels extremely light. If I combine it with aspartame, it will become flexible, and its properties will change. I'll also add a bit of this and that. After some time, she suddenly shouts, finally, I did it. Lee wakes up and says, hey, did you stay up all night again? This isn't good for your health. As he opens the box, his eyes widen in shock. Yuffie greets him nervously, good morning, Father. She thinks to herself, oh no, I am doomed. Lee suddenly yells, you used my treasure? A little later, he goes to Young City and hands the item over to Lo, angrily explaining everything. Lo listens and says, oh. So this is what happened? Lee sighs, Yuffie took it without my permission. Nicole, standing nearby, asks, Uncle Lee, what did you do then? Lee replies, what could I do? That girl worked all night, and just when I was about to scold her, she fell asleep on the spot. Lo apologizes, Uncle Lee, I am really sorry for this. Lee shakes his head and says, Lord Lo, it's okay. I call it my treasure, but honestly, it's just an ordinary mineral from the Olei Kingdom. Lo, thinking to himself, wait. This is a mineral from the Olei Kingdom? Lee looks at him and says, Lord Lo, you should check if this mineral actually works or not. Lu says, alright, weigh it first and check. Nikolai responds, its weight has decreased significantly from before. Then, Lee starts bending it. Lu says, wow, it's becoming really flexible. Nikolai adds, yes. This is amazing. It returned to its original position. Lu says, hey, Mina, try attacking it. Mina puts all her strength into attacking it, but then, shocked, she says, this is incredibly strong. Lu says, you hit it with full force, and it only got a scratch? Mina exclaims, this alloy is truly incredible. We've been searching for something like this for a long time. Meanwhile, Lee thinks to himself, if Yuffie found out that Lu was praising her, she would go crazy with happiness. Lu says, hey, Nikolai, call Darlene here. Nikolai replies, alright, master. Lee asks, Lord Lu, why are you calling Miss Darlene here? Do you want to trade with the Olei Kingdom? Lu responds, yes, absolutely. Uncle Lee, I don't know much about that kingdom. If you do, please tell me. Lee says, Lord, your plan won't work. The Olei Kingdom has strict laws. Selling this mineral is illegal because it is controlled by the nobles and the royalty. That's why poor people never get it. This law has been in place for nearly 100 years. Mina asks, but why? Lu replies, because it's used to make weapons. It's a highly valuable resource for the military. The Oli kingdom doesn't want any trouble, so they don't sell it. Lu thinks to himself, this could be a huge problem for us. Should I attack the Oli kingdom? No, I can't. If I force them, others will become afraid. Li says, when I took Yuffie out of the empire, this law was still strictly enforced. I also heard that some kingdoms use weapons made from this material. Lu says, then I can send Darlene to the Oli kingdom. Maybe their emperor will listen to us. Meena suggests, we can take a boat to the Oli empire. But why does Yuffie want to build a flying ship to go there? Just then, Yuffie arrives and overhears their conversation. Lu smacks her head and says, hey. Meena asks, Master, what happened? Why did you hit me? Lu says, Meena, stop it. If Yuffie doesn't want to tell us, we shouldn't force her. Everyone has their own secrets. Lu turns to Li, Uncle, can you tell us? If you ever need help, I'm here. I like Yuffie, and I want to help her. Lu thinks to himself, if Yuffie stays sad, my plan won't work. Meena, shocked, asks, Master, what did you just say? Yuffie responds, it's not a big deal. Then, she reveals everything. Meena, shocked, exclaims, what? Yuffie is the princess's daughter? Yuffie says, when I found out, I was shocked too. I don't know how my mom fell in love with him. Li says, explaining that is really difficult. Meena asks, how did you two meet? Yuffie's mother was different from other royals. She loved iron and would often sneak out of the castle to explore. Li explains, at that time, I was a blacksmith who wanted to create the best weapons for the world. But the people there didn't care. They only used knives and axes. Then one day, a girl came to me and asked me to make a weapon for her adventure. I didn't know she was a princess. I thought she was just a normal girl who loved adventure stories. So, I told her many stories. One thing led to another, and eventually, our daughter was born. But the Oli kingdom's royalty was furious. They wanted to kill Yuffie at any cost. Somehow, I managed to escape with her. If they ever find out she's alive, they'll try to kill her. She never even got to meet her mother. Yuffie, heading outside, says, Dad, I'm going out for some fresh air. Li replies, alright, be careful. Lu says, I never knew there was such a story behind all this. Li responds, we never told anyone because we were afraid. This is the first time Yuffie has shared this with someone. Meena tells Lu, Master, go to Yuffie. She looked really upset. Lu hesitates, me? Meena insists, yes, of course. She trusts you enough to share her secret, so you should be there for her. Lu says, but Uncle Li, wouldn't it be better if you went? Li replies, Lord Lu, if you go, it will be the best thing for her. Then, Lu goes to Yuffie and says, oh, so you, here. Yuffie, surprised, says, Lord Lu? You're here? Lu says, don't worry, everyone misses their mother, there's nothing to be ashamed of. Yuffie asks, Lord Lu, do you miss your mother? Lu replies, I am an orphan. Yuffie says, so, you don't have a mother? Lo replies, hey, you're mistaken, Yuffie. Yuffie asks, Lord Lo, what are you doing here? Lo responds, I need to talk to you. Then, while gently patting her head, he continues, I don't know if my mother is alive or not. If she were, I would have gone to meet her. Only then could I truly understand your feelings. But I promised you that I would help you. Meanwhile, Robin, lost in thought, recalls something from a year ago. 1 year ago, Yang City was a small town in the Yingling kingdom. But in just 1 year, Lord Lo transformed it completely. He built friendships between humans and demi-humans, improved agriculture, strengthened the military, and developed everything significantly. He can even create ice in the middle of scorching heat. This guy is incredibly smart. But where did he come from? I've never seen him before. I need to find out who he really is. Just then, Robin notices a fight breaking out between humans and demi-humans. The townspeople start whispering among themselves. One man asks, what's going on here? Another replies, they arguing about whether sweet buns or spicy buns are more delicious. Robin, deep in thought, muses, lately, so many people have been fighting over the most trivial reasons. Suddenly, he spots someone and is shocked. That's Parkin. A few moments later, the crowd starts talking again. Parkin exclaims, I can't believe I'm meeting you here, Count Robin. Robin responds, I didn't expect to see you here either. Parkin says, hey, Count Robin, you shouldn't have left the Din Kingdom. Not long ago, your princess became queen, and she has almost no experience. Without guidance, she won't be able to handle things on her own. Robin replies, you don't need to worry about that, Parkin. Our queen may be young, but she is highly capable. Besides, I've heard that the archbishop is becoming weaker. That old man should take better care of his health. Parkin nods. Yes, I know she is capable, but things rarely go as planned. Don't come to me later if trouble arises. Robin confidently responds. You don't need to worry, Parkin. If any problems arise, we'll handle them ourselves. Parkin smirks and says, I'll remind you again, humans have limits, but gods do not. You have rare talent, which is why I'm advising you. Robin frowns. What exactly are you trying to say? Parkin replies, God is everywhere and knows everything. No matter how rich or powerful one becomes, we are all merely playthings in the hands of the divine. Sometimes, we need to think about our own fate. You understand what I mean, don't you? Robin scoffs. Parkin, are you just talking nonsense with me? Parkin shakes his head. No, I want to cooperate with you. Robin raises an eyebrow. Cooperate? How? Parkin explains, the archbishop is getting old, and soon, one of the 4 bishops will be promoted. If I can fully take control of Young City, I will definitely become the next archbishop. Robin smirks. I see. So, you're asking for my help because you need a lot of money to achieve this. Parkin nods. I assume you'll provide the gold. It's just a small amount. Once I become the archbishop, you'll also have the trust of kin. No matter what, your life will be prosperous. I can even help you win kin over. Robin glares at him. Parkin, enough. I will always serve kin. And let me remind you, we are not in the Din Kingdom right now. If anything happens here, no god will be able to save you. Parkin says, all right, as you say, if you ever need help, just come to me. A few days later, Lou, while reading the newspaper, says, what is this? Annie asks, Master, what happened? Lou replies, why is there so much trouble in the city these days? And why are all the demi-humans involved? Annie says, yes, this is really strange. Mina adds, so many people have arrived here, is that the reason for this? Lou tells Mina, inform the safety department to investigate this. Mina replies, all right, Master. But where do we start? Lou says, go to the place where the most people are gathering. I have a feeling something bad is about to happen. That night, a large group of people is seen entering a house. Parkin addresses the demi-humans. God is everywhere. If you believe, you will receive what you desire. One of the demi-humans says, thank you, Lord, for giving us this life. We believe that God is everywhere. Parkin, in his mind, thinks, these demi-humans are such fools. Just then, a demi-human speaks up, Lord Bishop, you say that God is everywhere, but I can't see him. Parkin replies, child, you are lost. A woman interrupts, hey, what are you trying to say? Another man adds, yes. How dare you doubt that God exists? Another woman exclaims, throw him out. He doesn't believe, yet he wants to see God. You don't know that God resides in the God kingdom. You are not worthy of seeing him. At this moment, Parkin intervenes, enough. It's normal to have doubts about me. God is testing you. If you pass this test, if you have complete faith in God, you will see him. The demi-human responds, all right, Parkin. I will pass this test no matter what. Parkin says, if you truly believe in God, I will take you to the God kingdom one day. Just then, Mina and her team arrive and say, but before that, you, coming with us. Everyone is shocked. They exclaim, damn it. It's the safety department. Parkin calmly says, don't worry. Save me. If you succeed, God will show you the path to the God kingdom. Hearing this, all the demi-humans start protecting Parkin. Parkin commands, kill them all. This is our test. After this, you will all live in the God kingdom forever. Mina, furious, kicks Parkin hard and says, now you, coming with us. I have a lot of questions for you. Later, Mina reports to Lou, Master, the job is done. Lou asks, so quickly? Mina replies, you already know I can find out anything. Also, I found this letter there. Lou, shocked, says, what? God is coming to Young City? Meanwhile, in the Din Kingdom, a grand palace has been built in the name of God. Archbishop declares, go and assist Parkin in Young City. He has found something truly valuable. Young City will be perfect for God. The next day, Annie excitedly shouts, Master, Leah is back. Lou smiles and says, thank you, Leah. Leah replies, I was just doing my job. No big deal. Here, I brought everything. Check what's useful. Annie asks, hey, Why did you bring so much stuff? Leah explains, Master told me to bring anything I wasn't familiar with. Lu finally finds something and says, at last. Leah, I asked you to bring the juice of this plant. Did you get it? Leah nods and hands it over. Yes, absolutely. Here you go. Lu examines it and says, the color and taste are perfect. Finally, I have the material to make rubber. He then holds Leah's hand and says, Leah, you did an amazing job. I'm really happy you're here. Leah, surprised, asks, why are you suddenly praising me? Something feels suspicious. Lu replies with a smile, no, really. You are incredible. Leah says, enough now. Just tell me what all this is for. I had to work really hard to bring it here. Lu responds, this is sulfur, our secret weapon. And this emerald is for the collection. Annie asks, Master, what is this? It's so black. Can we eat it? Lu replies, I don't know. Then, thinking to himself, this looks like fine corn, but it's much softer. As he sniffs it, he mutters, its smell seems familiar. Just then, Leah warns, hey, Li Fang. Don't eat it. I tried it once, and I didn't like it, so I threw it into the fire. Suddenly, the fire flares up intensely, barely sparing their wings from getting burned. Lu exclaims, quick! Bring more firewood here. As they bring it, Lu thinks to himself. Leah observes, the firepower increases tremendously with this. So, this fruit must have some fire-enhancing properties. Lu throws it into the fire, and the flames grow even bigger. Leo, deep in thought, says, this will be our new energy source. This world is truly full of treasures. My idea to explore the mountains was absolutely right. Lu then commands, hey, Annie. Send someone to the mountains to collect more rubber fruit and sulfur. Tell them to plan accordingly since they need to go there regularly. Annie responds, all right, Master. I think Avery would be perfect for this task. She has trained in extremely dangerous areas. Lu nods, all right, handle it well. Leah interrupts, hey, Lu, there's another problem. When I was heading towards the mountains, I saw the kingdom of God. Lu asks, what? Tell me exactly what happened. Leah explains, I felt something was off, so we decided to get closer. But as soon as we did, the kingdom of God disappeared. Lu asks, what did it look like? Then, thinking to himself, could it have been a mirage? Leah says, I saw houses, trees, and even water. Lu adds, and there was a mountain too, right? Leah, surprised, asks, how do you know? Have you been to the kingdom of God before? Then, suddenly realizing something, she gasps, wait, could it be that Lu Fang is from the kingdom of God? Lu quickly dismisses her thoughts, stop overthinking. I have a task for you. Leah asks, what is it? Lu replies, the weapon I promised you, I finally made it today. Leah exclaims, whoa, it's huge. But it feels so light. Lu warns, it's extremely powerful, so use it wisely. Leah asks, what's its name? Lu declares, the weapon of the sky. Leah, stunned, says, this must have cost a fortune. Why are you giving it to me? Leo smiles, we family. You don't need to worry about it. Blushing, Leah mutters, family? I never agreed to that, but still, thank you. The next day Avery and a few others prepare to head toward the mountains. John says, Lucy, I am going away for a few days. Take care of yourself. Lucy replies, yeah, I know. John warns, and don't go anywhere alone. If you must go out, take someone with you. Lou tells Annie, make sure John can leave safely. Annie explains, when I was about to meet Avery, Lucy came to me. She insisted that she was capable enough. I couldn't send Avery alone, so I agreed. Avery confidently says, I can handle this alone. John advises, and don't stay up all night writing novels. It's bad for your health. Wake up early and don't sleep until noon. Lucy sighs, yeah, I get it. Enough already. Avery suddenly picks her up, saying, it's time to go. John protests, Avery, put me down. I am not done talking. Avery laughs, Princess, Lord Vayu, we are leaving. Annie calls out, all right, come back soon. Meanwhile, at sea Mira sighs, water everywhere. This is so boring. Darling hands her a fruit, here, have some. Elisha complains, this is even more boring than I imagined. Mira groans, I can't take it anymore. I'm going to fly for a while. Darling calls after her, be back by dinner. A short while later, Mira suddenly screams, finally. we've reached the Holy Kingdom. Soon, they arrive at the Holy Kingdom. A man named Mullah shouts, everyone on the boat, come out for inspection. Mira, amazed, says, wow, there are so many dwarves here. Elisha adds, well, of course. This is the dwarf kingdom. She then turns to Darling, hey, Uncle Lee once said dwarves have terrible tempers. You'll have to work really hard to negotiate with them. Darling smirks, ha, that's child's play for me. Meanwhile, a dwarf whispers, Lord, this ship is massive. It must be from a powerful kingdom. Mullah orders, tell everyone to be on high alert. Just then, Darling steps forward and announces, Lord, we are merchants from the Yunlag kingdom, here to conduct business. Mullah asks, what kind of business? At that moment, a worker, carrying a box of wine accidentally drops it. Mullah sniffs the air and exclaims, that smell? It's wine. Darlene says, I am sorry. Did you get hurt anywhere? Mullah replies, no, I am completely fine. Mullah then says, your wine was really amazing. It's such a shame that it spilled. Darlene responds, we are wine merchants. We just created this product and want to sell it. This wine is for you. If you like the taste, please help us. Mullah says, all right, you can go. Darlene replies, thank you. Then, we are shown the marketplace of Holy Kingdom, where a dwarf tells Darlene, you can sell anything here. Darlene says, this place is really amazing. Mira comments, this is nothing compared to Young City's big market. Elisa responds, you, wrong. How can you compare this to our market? Darlene calls out, hey, Mina, come here, I need your help. Suddenly, everyone around looks shocked and exclaims, what's happening here? Where did this sudden storm come from? Just then, a man shouts, look up. Isn't that a bird oasi? These are extremely rare. What is it doing here? This is the first time we ever seen a bird oasi. But why is it flying so high? Meanwhile, Mira hangs up a large signboard that reads, this is Young City's finest wine, and it is extremely limited. Starting price, 15 gold coins. People in the crowd react, wine? So, that means these people are wine sellers. Another dwarf says, 15 gold coins? That's way too expensive. Feels like daylight robbery. But then, he sniffs the air and says, wait, this aroma, this wine smells incredible. Suddenly, a huge crowd gathers around them. Darlene says, looks like we'll have to work really hard now. On the other side, Mira grumbles, they gave me such a boring task. I wanted to fly in the sky, but instead, they handed me this nonsense. Meanwhile, some customers approach Darlene and ask, Miss, can't you lower the price of this wine? Darlene firmly replies, no, absolutely not. Elsewhere, Mullah tells his father, Dad, this is wine from the wine cellars. It recently arrived in the capital. His father responds, really? The aroma is amazing. All right, let me taste it and see how good it is. After drinking it, he exclaims, this wine is incredible. Quickly, contact the merchant. We have to buy it. Mullah says, I know where they are. Right now, they're selling their wine in the West Market. His father urges, what are you waiting for? Hurry up before all. The wine is sold out. As they rush outside, Princess Daisy arrives and says, hey, Mullah. Mullah is surprised and asks, Princess, what are you doing here? Daisy sighs, I am so bored. My father is doing business with humans again, so I came out to have some fun. You said you were heading to West Market, right? You never go there. Is something exciting happening? Mullah hesitates and replies, I don't really know. Honestly, even I don't understand why I'm going there. Daisy says, then I'll go too. Mullah responds, that's a terrible idea because only poor people go to the market. Daisy replies, I don't care. I am going. Then, they arrive at the market. Daisy asks, is this the place where the wine you talking about is sold? Mullah says, my father told me that this wine is really good. Daisy replies, if your father says it's amazing, then it must be really good. You should buy something for my father as well, he'll be very happy. Mullah agrees, alright, but in his mind, he thinks, Father, I don't think you going to get this now. Then, they approach a shop, and Mullah speaks, hey, Miss Darlene. Everyone in the market looks shocked. People whisper, she's our princess. Move aside and let her through. Mullah confirms, Miss Darlene, she is our princess. Darlene bows and says, Your Highness, welcome. Daisy responds, "There's no need for that, Miss Darlene. I heard that you have some excellent wine. Can you show it to me?" Darlene replies, "Of course." The scene shifts to the Oli Kingdom, where a man speaks, "Have you not thought about it yet? Do you think I only want iron? In return, I can provide you with a huge supply of grain, enough to help your kingdom survive the winter. Or, has your kingdom already received enough grain?" He then asks, "Tell me, Your Majesty Robertson." Meanwhile, back at the market, Daisy takes a sip of the wine and exclaims, "This wine is truly amazing. Miss Darlene, how much does it cost?" Darlene replies, "This is just normal wine from Young City, but I recommend this one, it's a special wine." Daisy asks, "Special? If it's really good, I don't care about the price, I'll buy it." Darlene shakes her head, "It's not for sale." Daisy frowns, "Then what are you going to do with it?" Darlene responds, "We want to make a long-term trade deal with you." She moves closer and continues, "For example, iron." Hearing this, Daisy gets angry. She snaps, "Mullah, let's go." Mullah, confused, asks, "Your Highness, what happened?" Darlene quickly interjects, "I had planned to talk to you about solving Oli's problems." Daisy retorts, "And what exactly are you trying to say?" Darlene explains, "If you, interested, we can discuss this further." Daisy and Mullah step inside. Daisy says, "All right, now speak." Darlene apologizes, "Your Highness, please forgive me, but I am telling the truth. The Oli Kingdom has abundant iron resources, but you don't sell iron to other kingdoms." Daisy nods, "That's correct. It's a policy to protect our kingdom. You should know that iron is used to make weapons. If too many weapons are produced, it could become a huge problem for us. That's why we don't sell iron, to keep ourselves safe." Darlene responds, "That means you, wasting a lot of opportunities. Oli Kingdom has an excess of iron, but as far as I know, you don't produce clothes, you import them from elsewhere." Daisy shrugs, "So what?" Darlene continues, "A wise man once told me, to conquer a country, you don't need soldiers. When civilization advances enough, weapons will only be needed for protection. Wealth, gold coins, these will be enough to win wars. If a country depends on imports for its basic necessities, but stops exporting its own resources, how will it generate income?" Daisy, thoughtful, says, "My father never mentioned this." Darlene explains further, "The Li Kingdom doesn't export iron because they fear that other kingdoms will build powerful weapons and attack them. But, Your Highness, if your people's needs are met, no wars will happen because we are on the other side of the conflict." Daisy asks, "Are you saying you can provide everything in exchange? Are you telling the truth?" Darlene confidently replies, "Your Highness, if you don't believe me, come and see for yourself." Daisy sighs, "I will talk to my father about this, but I don't know if he'll agree." Darlene smiles and says, "Your Highness, thank you. Please take this box, it's a gift from our city. I hope you'll present it to the king." Daisy takes the box and leaves. Meanwhile, on the other side, Robert is deeply worried. He thinks to himself, "If we don't give them iron, I don't think we'll survive the winter. But if we do, the Manor Kingdom will grow too powerful and might conquer both kingdoms. Then, Oli Kingdom will fall into crisis again. This is truly a difficult situation." Just then, Daisy arrives. She calls out, "Hey, father!" Robert turns in surprise. "Daisy? What are you doing here?" Daisy says, "I went to the market and found this wine from Young City." Robert responds, "Young City? We never heard of that place before." Daisy replies, "Neither have I, but this wine tastes amazing. I think you'll like it too, so I brought it with me. Please give it a try." Robert takes a sip and says, "This is indeed a very fine liquor." Daisy continues, "Father, we heard a lot about Young City. It seems like a wonderful place, and they gifted us this wine. They want to trade with us. Would you like to meet them?" Robert examines the goods and says, "These items are of very high quality. Even their food is far better than what we had before." Daisy excitedly says, "Yes, father. You're absolutely right. I could eat this food forever." Robert asks, "What do they want in exchange?" Daisy replies, "Father, they need iron." Robert frowns and says, "Iron again?" Daisy hesitates and then says, "Father, I want to say something." Robert nods, "Go ahead." Daisy explains, "Father, we import cloth and grain from other kingdoms every year, which costs us a fortune. On top of that, we don't export anything to balance our economy. For now, this is sustainable, but what about the future? Robert sighs and says, Daisy, I understand. But our kingdom stopped exporting iron a long time ago, our grandfather banned it. You already know that when we exported iron in the past, it led to an attack on our kingdom. That's why we seized all iron exports. Daisy pleads, but father, rules can be changed, right? Besides, Young City is just a small part of the Yingling kingdom. They can't be a threat to us. Robert responds, I can't promise anything. Daisy insists, but father, Robert interrupts, let's meet them first. Daisy nods, all right, father. I'll call them right now. Darlene arrives and introduces herself. I am Darlene, a merchant from the Yingling kingdom. Robert says, Darlene, all the goods we brought are of excellent quality. But I have one question. Why do you need iron? If it's for weapons, we can trade other goods in exchange for arms. Darlene replies, Your Highness, Young City desperately needs iron for constructing houses and roads. Robert raises an eyebrow. For roads and houses? Iron isn't necessary for that. Darlene explains, Your Highness, you are unfamiliar with Young City. It is a peaceful and mysterious place where both demihumans and humans live together. There are no slaves there. The city's lord, Lu Fang, possesses great magical knowledge. He has conducted extensive research and developed superior products. All the food items you've tasted were created by him. Robert, intrigued, says, Oh? Is that so? Darlene continues, Lord Lu Fang has a vision, to construct houses that will last for 100 years and roads that will connect all areas efficiently. He wants to establish an advanced transportation system, which requires a significant amount of iron and steel. I know it sounds unusual, but you can ask the merchants who have visited Young City. Everything I'm telling you is true. Robert nods, yes, I trust that merchants never lie. However, I have two conditions. If you agree, I will sell you the iron. Darlene asks, what are your conditions? Robert states, first, we need cloth and grain at a lower price. Only then will I approve the export of iron to Young City. Darlene thinks for a moment and says, we will discuss this privately and inform you soon. She steps outside, excitedly shouting, now that's a deal. Elisa scolds her, hey, calm down. Mira, confused, asks, what happened? Weren't we supposed to negotiate first? Darlene smirks, Mira, this is how we negotiate. Learn from it. Elisa teases, you must have learned this from Lu Fang, right? A while later, Darlene returns. Darlene says, we can offer you goods at 30% below market price. Robert smiles, good. I hope this cooperation benefits both of us. Darlene asks, and what's your second condition? Robert chuckles, I really liked your wine and food. I hope we can continue getting supplies like this. I don't think that's too much to ask, right? Darlene grins, of course. This is great news for us too. Meanwhile, elsewhere. A nobleman named Manor grumbles, did they really refuse us? They have some nerve. His guard reports, Your Highness, it seems they are purchasing grain from another source. Manor, furious, shouts, find out who they are. Whoever is interfering with my plans, I will eliminate them. In another part of the kingdom. Lu examines a letter and mutters, the war is approaching. The letter states, the prince is gathering all forces in the capital. Around 4,000 knights are preparing for battle. The first prince is about to attack the second prince. Once he wins, he will march westward with additional support. Lu, realizing the gravity of the situation, says, he has 4,000 knights and allied forces. I need to start preparing immediately. In yet another part of the kingdom. In the Din Kingdom, an advisor reports, Your Highness, 2 of the 4 bishops have traveled to Young City. This is a great opportunity for us. Should we proceed? Velar smirks, you are quite impatient. Terence asks, so, should we just wait? Velar warns, as long as the Archbishop is here, we cannot act recklessly like fools. Timothy says, you are absolutely right. Handling the Archbishop is extremely difficult. If we do anything, we could even die. Terence says, all right, Your Highness. Timothy says, but I don't understand how 2 bishops left Young City. Vela says, as far as I know, it is a small city in the Yangli Kingdom. Timothy says, 2 bishops went to that city? I think there must be some reason behind this. If Robin were here, he would have investigated for me. Just then, a man comes running and says, Your Highness. Robin has sent a letter and some supplies. Timothy takes the letter and looks at it. It says, Your Highness, I am following your plan. I have found a great friend for you. He is the castle lord of Young City. Timothy says, what? Young City? She then continues reading. Lord Lu will help you achieve your dream, and please do not underestimate him because he is a city lord. Have you ever seen a bridge standing in water? Or a steel machine that moves on its own using black smoke? Or a method to preserve meat for an entire month? All of these are Lu's inventions. Apart from his inventions, Lu Feng is a highly talented person who manages both the city and the military with ease. In his city, humans and demi-humans live peacefully together. Can any castle lord gather 1,000 knights? You must know how hard that is. But Lord Lu is turning ordinary men into powerful knights. Although he is a city lord now, in the future, he will have control over everything. I hope you make an alliance with him, Your Highness. Vela says, Your Highness, what did Robin write? Timothy says, here, read it yourself. After reading, both of them are shocked. They say, if what Robin says is true, forming a friendship with him will be a great advantage for us. Timothy says, Robin is saying some really interesting things. I truly want to meet Lu once. Terence says, Your Highness, you must destroy the Archbishop's plan, or else we will be in deep trouble. Miller says, Terence is absolutely right. This is a great opportunity. You cannot go there just like that. Timothy says, yes, don't worry. I know we must take every step with extreme caution because those bishops want to rule over this kingdom. Both of them say, you are right, Your Highness. Then Timothy starts thinking and speaks in her mind. The bishops were telling everyone that the king of Dig kingdom was given power by God. When our land suffered from extreme ice, the food supplies drastically reduced, and many knights started believing in God. They told the king that this was God's punishment, and if he didn't obey them, the situation would remain the same. Then, the bishops spread their message across the entire kingdom, claiming that this was a punishment from the great God. They said that if the people worshipped God, they would be saved. In return for some money, people started following their words. After some days, the bishops told everyone that the king was the reason for so many deaths. Then, in front of my eyes, they killed my father. Before dying, her father told her, no matter what happens, do not let them destroy the kingdom. Then she looks at both of them and says, I have a very good idea. Meanwhile, on the other side, Deji says, Darling, when will we reach Young City? It is just as you said, right? Darling says, you will know when we reach there. Muller says, Your Highness, control yourself. You are representing our kingdom. Otherwise, everyone will laugh at you. Deji says, all right, I will control myself once we reach there. Just then, a man comes running and says, Miss Darling. It looks like a battle took place ahead near a ship. Darling, shocked, what? Go and check if anyone survived. After some time, a man arrives and says, Miss Darling. Darling says, what happened? The man says, we found something here. Darling says, all right, let's go. Then, in Young City's shipyard, Mira is shown looking at a massive ship. Mira says, wow, this is truly a huge ship. The boy replies, yes, Miss Mira, but it's only 100 meters long. He continues, Lord Lu, thank you for allowing us to build such a large ship. Lu, in his mind, thinks, this is just the beginning. Once I get my hands on iron, I will build an iron ship. At that time, this wooden ship will become useless. Just then, Li speaks from behind, hey, Lord Lu. Lu turns around and says, Uncle Li, you arrived at the perfect time. Has the steamship been completed? Li responds, yes, it's almost done. However, some parts still need time to be built. Since it takes a lot of effort, we are progressing slowly. Lu says, alright, keep me informed. I will find an alternative way to speed up the production of those parts. But I need that ship before winter. Mira, in her mind, ponders, winter. After some time, Lu arrives at the army camp, where Nu greets him. Nu asks, Master, do you need something? Lu replies, I want to see how the warrior training is going. Also, update me on the current situation of the team. Nu explains, including Miss Mira, we have 4 members in the team. 2 of them are assigned to your protection, while the rest assist in training. Lu says, so, we have only 3 people available for combat. Nu, I want these 5 teams to complete separate tasks. Also, train the entire army for night combat. If necessary, make them train at night. And remember, all training must be completed before winter. Mira says, again, winter? Lu asks, what happened, Mira? Mira questions, you mentioned that the steamship must be ready before winter. Is something going to happen in winter? Do you have a plan, Master? Nu turns to Lu and asks, Master, what are your orders? Lu declares, during winter, my plan is to launch an attack on the capital and capture the prince. Everyone is shocked upon hearing this. They exclaim, Master, this plan is extremely dangerous. Transporting supplies in winter is incredibly difficult. If we attack, we will be the first to perish. Lu, unfazed, says, if we attack in winter, no one will expect it. Niu agrees, yes, master, this could be our advantage. But Lu reassures him, don't worry, I have thought everything through. Before winter, there will be a steamship near Yang City. Niu realizes, oh, so, the steamship you were talking about. It's the one that moves without human effort or wind power, right? Lu nods, yes, exactly. Niu smiles and says, Master, if that's the case, we can easily capture the prince. Daisy arrives at Yang City and says, wow, is this really Yang City? There are so many sheep here. It looks like there's a lot of wealth in this place. Muller responds, Miss Darling, are all the cities in the kingdom as rich as Yang City? Darling replies, no, Yang City is exceptionally wealthy. A servant approaches and says, Your Highness, Lord Lu is waiting for you at the castle. Please follow me. After a while, they reach the castle. Lu welcomes them warmly. Daisy looks at him and says, You're Lu Fang? You're so young. Muller quickly interjects, Princess, what are you saying? Lu chuckles and says, Princess Daisy, were you expecting an old man? Daisy, slightly embarrassed, replies, No, that's not what I meant. I was just a little surprised. Lu smiles and says, all right, please come inside. Muller informs Lu, Lord Lu, we have 3 ships loaded with iron ore. Princess Daisy will explore the city, and if there are no issues, we can discuss a future trade deal. Meanwhile, Daisy gazes at the city lights and thinks to herself, this place is truly amazing. Muller then signals and warns her, don't touch that. After a while, Daisy says, Lord Lu, before coming here, I had heard a lot about Yang City from Darling. I was really interested in seeing it for myself. However, iron ore is extremely important for us. We never trade without thorough investigation. That's why I came here, to see if what Darling said was true. Lu reassures her, you don't need to worry. Hey, Nicoli, arrange a room for them and give them a tour of Yang City. Nicoli responds, understood, master. Please follow me. Daisy looks at her and says, oh, so you're Nicoli? I heard that you're an excellent cook. You make something called pizza, right? Can you send one to my room? I'd love to try it. Nicoli smiles and says, my master taught me how to make it. I'll send it to your room shortly. Meanwhile, Lu thinks to himself, 2 ships of iron ore and now a source for steam engines. Now, all I need is an alloy to build the fortress. Just then, Darling calls out, Lord Lu. Lu responds, yes? Thank you, Darling. Darling then says, then, do business with us too, Lord Lu. Lu smirks and replies, don't worry. In the future, you'll be my main business partner. Darling then says, Lord Lu, I have something to show you. Please, follow me. Here, take a look. Lu is shocked and exclaims, this is a mermaid? Darling asks, Lord Lu, you're an excellent doctor. Can you figure out what's wrong with her? Lu nods and says, all right, I'll check. As he examines the mermaid, he thinks to himself, there are mermaids in this world too? I don't even know if human medicine will work on them. Suddenly, the mermaid grabs his throat and warns, don't move. Lu quickly says, hey, calm down. The mermaid screams, shut up, you pirate. What did you do to me while I was in a coma? Do you think I'm afraid of you? Lu thinks, she's not even listening to me. He grabs her wrist, and she yells, hey, what are you doing? Lu then pushes her onto the bed. Darling asks, Lord Lu, are you okay? Lu replies, yes, I'm completely fine. He then looks at the mermaid and says, my name is Lu Fang. I am not a pirate. You don't have to worry. Just then, the mermaid's stomach growls loudly. Lu laughs and says, I'm hungry too. Let's eat first and talk later. The mermaid hesitates but then says, thank you. As they eat, they continue their conversation. Lu says, oh, so your name is Bliss? Bliss nods and says, yes, Lord Lu. I apologize for how I acted earlier. Lu reassures her, it's all right. Can you tell me what happened to you? Bliss sighs and explains, I am from the Deep-Sea Mermaid clan. We never interact with people from the surface, but recently, pirates have been attacking us and capturing many of my sisters. It has been happening more frequently, so we had to fight back. I don't know why they are doing this. Meanwhile, in another location, a man says, Leader, they have arrived. The leader replies, good, let them in. A nobleman enters and says, Your Highness, it has been a long time since we last met. Another man, named Granny, responds, yes, indeed. The leader then asks, what can I do for you, Granny? Granny smirks and says, hey, Loon, I need your help in obtaining the crown. Would you like to become a noble? The leader, laughing, says, look at this. What's happening here? The second prince has come to seek help from pirates. The others start laughing too. Haha. He's joking, right? I've never heard a funnier story than this. The leader says, Your Highness, we are pirates who roam freely across the world. We are not an army that belongs to anyone. Greenie responds, Oh really? You people are just a bunch of cowards. The pirates get angry and shout, Hey! What did you just say? Greenie smirks and says, You are pirates who travel all over the world, yet you're terrified of stepping onto land. Right in front of you is a great opportunity that could change your entire fate. The pirates, still fuming, yell, We'll kill you right here and now. The leader raises his hand, stopping them. Wait! Step back, all of you. Your Highness, what opportunity are you talking about? Please explain clearly. Greenie grins and says, If you help me claim the throne, you can take control of any city outside the capital. Everyone is shocked. What? Any city? Greenie nods. Capturing a city will earn you an enormous amount of money, far more than what you get from looting merchant ships. If you're lucky, you might even capture a rich noble, ensuring you a life of luxury. The leader hesitates. As soon as we go there, won't your army capture us? We are pirates, and half of our crew is already infamous in your kingdom. The bounty on my head alone is enough to feed an entire family for life. Greenie confidently replies, I'll pardon you with a royal decree if you work for me. When I become king, I'll turn you into the Royal Navy, and any city you conquer will belong to you. Greenie continues, As far as I know, pirates live a terrible life. You could die if your ship sinks, or your own crew might betray you. This is your chance. Think carefully, will you take this opportunity, or will you die at sea? The leader, after thinking for a moment, finally speaks. All right, I agree, but everything you said. Is it really true? Greenie nods. Yes, absolutely. Every word I said is true. With that, the pirates and Greenie leave together. A while later, a demi-human named Mila appears. Mila smirks and says, Congratulations. Even as pirates, you've been given the chance to become nobles. The leader chuckles. I never expected this. I am about to become a noble. Hey, how about you stay here and help me? I'll soon have my own city. You and your partners should stay with me. Mila shakes her head. Absolutely not. Our deal was that I would do 3 tasks for you, and then you would let me leave. There's only one task left. Tell me what it is. The leader shrugs. Not right now. I'll tell you later. Mila sighs and returns to her tent. Meanwhile, one of her comrades asks, Hey, Lord Mila, did he give you the 3rd task yet? Mila frowns. No, not yet. A demi-human warrior scowls. That guy just wants to use us. What if we just leave? He wouldn't even dare stop us. Mila shakes her head firmly. Absolutely not. That would ruin our cat warrior reputation. We would never do such a thing. Another demi-human mutters, Yeah, I get it, but who knows when we'll finally be free from this place. I wonder how the others are doing. Mila looks distant. I don't know, Mina. Wherever you are, as soon as I finish this last task, I'll come find you. Meanwhile, in another place. Mina suddenly screams. Lu looks at her. You shivering? I told you not to eat so much ice cream. Mina shakes her head. No, master, focus on your work. You said if we get distracted, it could be a huge problem. Lu smirks. If you scared, you can leave. Mina clenches her fists. Absolutely not. If anything happens, I'll protect you. Lu nods. All right, I am starting the gunpowder production now. Mina watches closely. Go ahead, master. A while later, Lu grins. Finally. It's done. Mina looks at the small pile of powder and frowns. Wait, that's it? Master, you made it sound like it was something insanely dangerous, but this doesn't seem that scary at all. Lu smirks. If you're not careful, it'll be deadly. Here, light it up and see for yourself. Mina hesitates. Fine. But I don't see how such a small amount of powder could be that dangerous. Boom. A massive explosion shakes the ground. Lu smirks. See? Told you so. Mina glares at him and smacks him. Master, you're the absolute worst. Lu laughs. Haha. Alright, enough fooling around. Mina, store it somewhere safe. Make sure no one sees it and keep it away from fire. Mina nods. Understood, master. Just then, a loud voice echoes, Hey. Bleeyes says, Lord Lu, I've been looking for you for so long. Lu replies, Did something happen, Bleeyes? Bleeyes responds, Lord Lu, thank you for giving me a place to stay. Lu says, No problem. We should help each other. Besides, you haven't fully recovered yet. You should rest. Bleeyes nods, alright. Then, in her mind, she thinks, Lord Lu is truly a kind person. I'll tell my father that he helped me. Maybe he'll reward him for helping me. Lu then says, Mina, stay with Bleeyes. I need to discuss something with Annie and Darlin. Mina replies, Alright, master, and then leaves with Bleeyes. Lu turns to the others and asks, So, how is our iron ore plan going? How much iron have we received from the Ali Kingdom? Annie answers, For our plan, the quantity is way too low. Darlin adds, Too low? But they giving us twice as much as the Land of Chaos. Lou asks, how much do we need? Darlin responds, twice the amount written in the agreement. Darlin looks shocked. That would be 4 times the original amount. Do you think they'll agree to that? Lou then asks, by the way, what is Princess Detsy doing in the city right now? Darlin sighs, they just shopping? They go to every market every single day, buying so much stuff that it keeps going out of stock. Annie chuckles, they've gotten way too rich from iron ore. If more wealthy people keep coming here, it will be great for our city. Lou smiles, that's perfect. If this continues, we'll be able to negotiate better deals with them. Darlin says, yesterday, they visited the shipyard and saw the steam engine. They were asking us about it. Annie is surprised, the steam engine? Master, you worked so hard to build that. Do you think they'll try to take it? Lou smirks, this is a great opportunity. Annie protests, Master. Are you serious? If they learn how to use it, they could attack us. Lou reassures her, don't worry, we have advanced technology. For now, just explain the steam engine to them. If they realize how valuable it is, they'll definitely want to buy it. Annie sighs, alright, I'll do it.